season?
No, we looked like this last year in preseason too. When the season started, the ball got sticky. So that's our challenge, is to make sure we play like this when the season starts. But looks good out there. Mixing the new, we'll certainly mixing Dante in, and guys are really moving the ball and playing for each other. I liked our cutting too. It was really good. Movement off the ball. So yeah, it looks great. Obviously, we're missing two key pieces too. The complexion of the floor is a little different with Rudy and Julius out there, but just the willingness to move the ball nice and early created a lot of good shots.
When you just with Nas and Dante, just that exaggerated spacing,
yeah,
does that give you confidence to maybe give that look a try at points?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I said, we have a lot of options that we can go to. That's one of them. Nas has always been a tough cover at the 5. He'll probably face a lot of switching there with second units, though, but still he's a good roller. So that's what it's about right now. We're just trying to find and figure out and look at different things.
It looked like, Nas gets outweighed by Drummond 40, 50 pounds.
Yeah.
He battled really well.
Yeah, he battled him really well. In fact, he needed some more help on some of those tap-to-himself rebounds that he's really good at. I thought we could have been in there a little more physical, helping Nas, but Nas did a really good job battling him and not letting him get behind him in any pick and rolls and stuff like that. So.
Minot continues to play really
well.
Yeah,
play well, play confident. Is doing a little bit of everything, staying within himself, staying within the flow of the offense. Yeah.
How do you want him to build on this?
I think the building comes later. I think what we need now is just more of what we see. Just kind of reliability and what you're going to be every night. We'll probably realize that there's, 2 out of 3 games. If he's given us, positive contributions, we'll be really, really happy.
Rob struggled a little bit tonight.
Yeah. Yeah.
What is the key to consistency for him?
Yeah, I think, I thought there were times he kind of had lanes open to the hoop and he didn't go, and then when there weren't lanes there, he was trying to go. Just kind of reading that situation a little bit more. Maybe a little bit more early attacks, kind of pace, get to the heart of the defense in broken floors. I think that's things that you can probably do a little better. Passed the ball well, so that was good. He just got a heavy drift on his jumper. We got to get that under control. That's really affecting him. It's kind of how it's going to be.
Without either Randall or Rudy, first 2 games, one or the other missing, can you get a beat on Jaden and the way he can flow in this offense?
Yeah, I think so, for sure. He's been way more active in it. The ball's finding him, in different spots. We're using him a little bit more as a roller at times. Today was easy because he played a lot of the 4, quote unquote. But yeah, I think next as preseason progresses, maybe put the ball in his hands a little bit more at times. So.
And then found him in transition at least
Yeah.
that one time.
Yeah, exactly. That's nice. That was a nice combination.
Dante seems to have really integrated himself well into the offense, especially just getting traded here not that long ago.
Yeah.
Is that what you guys have been seeing?
Yeah, really good. Kind of a threat from wherever he is, all over the floor. We like that. Playmaking's been really, really solid. Always makes the right play, makes it easy, makes it simple, makes it early. We got to continue to generate great looks for him. And, I think we could have found him a few more times, but there were so many open looks in the first half. Other guys had great shots too.
You coached against him in the past. What do you think allowed him to make such a big leap in his career?
Just his tenacity. Everything he does is high level. He came into a team that was pretty well formed, a Milwaukee team, and so it's hard to crack into a role. They were able to bring him along probably slowly. Then obviously he goes to Golden State around that championship culture, and he's been around a lot of winning. So he knows what that looks like. He knows what the work is, and he's always had a lot of game. I even go back to college and did a ton of game. But sometimes as a young player, when you come into the NBA, you don't need to. They're not asking you to use all that game. But now he's been in positions that over time will use it more and more, and hopefully here we can fully maximize it. Yeah.
And then it got sticky.
Yeah.
Right away. It seemed like Ant was a little bit of a sticky.
Yeah.
In those early games. What has he done? Like, what are the odds that he's going to be able to kind of play within the flow?
Yeah, I think he's just got to. He can't predetermine what he wants to do, whether he wants to come down, shoot or pass, or drive or shoot. He's got to continue to kind of stay in the flow, trust it. He's got a lot of confidence in his teammates right now. I think he loves the new guys, how they play, what they bring, how they move the ball themselves, and so I think he feels confident he's going to get it back. Tonight I think he went into the game trying to play make, then he switched to try to score. That was a pretty obvious, sea change. He just has to kind of just stay within the flow of the offense and still find those opportunities to be really, really aggressive. But for the most part, I thought he did a pretty good job tonight.
A couple of years ago, we were kind of kidding about fly around versus structure and
Yeah.
everything. You've got a lot of really great fly around
Yeah.
energy right now.
Yeah.
Can you sustain? I mean, when you're bringing back these starters who don't necessarily have that as their natural rhythm, can you incorporate that? Do you think?
I think so. I think we've done a good job of learning how to fly around Rudy. Julius can cover a lot of ground on his closeouts. We've seen it in practice already, so he gives us great confidence in some of the defensive things we want to do. I don't see why we shouldn't be able to maintain that mentality. Dante's a steals guy; he's got a good knack for it. I do think our ball contain and our ball pressure, our point of attack defense can be better. It needs to be better. It's going to have to be better as we go through the rest of this preseason. I think that's one thing that was kind of lacking a little bit tonight. But other than that, I thought the effort was there. So.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.